Hey everyone, it's Ivan, LukeBatcher.com, up here with
Edgar from Edgar Sherman Design.
We're here in New Hampshire in his new workspace, which is significantly larger than when I first met him.
Yeah, it all started, and I had my sewing machine in front of my bedroom, or in front of my bed in my bedroom back in Boston, and now I'm in a 2,400 square foot warehouse facility, so it's a bit of a difference.
Absolutely. One, we're going to go over some stuff coming down the road with Coast to Coast and some updates and stuff like that, and also some kind of stuff that Edgar has going on. Coast to Coast 2020, it's happening. I'm super excited. As of filming this, it is Sunday, August 9th, 2020. This thing's kicking off like in less than a month.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. I'm actually going to be driving down towards Oregon, I think before the end of the month, like 30th or 31st, something like that, to go do filming in Noveski. It's going to be epic. And if you guys are unfamiliar, Edgar Sherman Design is one of the sponsors of this Coast to Coast tour, which I'm super excited about.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I mean, when you told me about this, I was really excited. It's something that I've always dreamed of doing at some point, is just traveling around, meeting other cool companies and showing lots of different cool products and meeting cool people. Like, what could go wrong with that? That's awesome. And the bus, when I saw that, it was just icing on the cake.
Next level. It's going to be really cool. If you're unfamiliar, well, go ahead and kind of explain, if someone's unfamiliar with Edgar Sherman Design.
Okay, yeah, so I started my company, I don't know, 2-3-ish years ago now, I would say. I went to school for industrial design. I worked at OpsCore for 2 internships and got to kind of confirm that I was in the right field when it came to military equipment design. I initially wanted to serve, but I was medically disqualified. So I took my passion for military service and for design, put the two together. And then my junior, senior-ish year of school, I started my company and started releasing some products of my own, and then things kind of picked up, and I've been doing it full-time ever since. So yeah, I'm located here in Nashua, New Hampshire now, and all started in a little apartment in Boston, and yeah, Ivan's been along the ride for the majority of it since pretty early on, so it's cool.
It's been really cool. It's cool to watch companies grow, man. Like, it's really cool. And as you've been able to expand and also branch out to the point where you have people OEM.
Yep.
And make stuff to the standard of quality that you want made, and stuff ship out, because
early on it was rough. So I was hand making
scale
everything by hand, and I just couldn't keep up with it, and it was really difficult. And then finding some companies that I could trust for quality, for timelines, and all of that was huge, and that's made a world of a difference. Without that, I wouldn't have been able to expand and be able to focus on new product lines and things of the like. So that's been huge.
Absolutely. And so if you're unfamiliar, kind of flagship product is ESD sling.
Yeah, so the ESD sling, I've got one right here. So it's a 2-point sling. One of the main things that I was really trying to do when designing it is really adapt to the end user. I had used a lot of slings on my own from a lot of different companies, and they had some really great features, but a lot of them it took, whenever I got one, I had to learn how to use it. And that was something that always drove me crazy.
Not intuitive.
Because it was just different buckle designs and systems and learning how to weave it and get it to fit your body. It was just a lot of...
It's really easy to use as long as you do this motion.
Yeah, as long as you bring it out wide, apply counter pressure, and keep it open, then yeah. But so I went to school for design, and so one of the things that we went through is an entire design process of how to really refine things. So I developed this sling with a quick adjust system in the front that you can adjust just by pulling it back and pulling it forward. You don't have to hold the latch open or anything like that. You've got a piece of elastic sewn in here, and what that does is acts as a regulator. So if this webbing starts to twist on you, this will flatten it out as it goes through the adjustment area, so you never get it binding or catching up or tangling or anything like that. You can also use this elastic to retain the sling into itself, where you take the rear section here, you fold it into the sling, and you can get that nice and tight up against the rifle, so that way if you're in a vehicle or for storage or anything like that, you don't have it dangling around everywhere, and then when you're ready, you just pull on it and it'll deploy out. The rear section is also pretty quick adjust in that you just have to pull this tri-glide forward or back to add a little bit more length. So if you're putting on any body armor or you want to hand your rifle off to one of your buddies and they're a bit bigger, a bit smaller, you can really easily adjust it. All the ends are set up right now, so they're open-ended with tri-glides. And the reason being is this allows for you to put on any different attachments you want. You can do a QD swivel in the front and paracord in the rear. You can do HK hooks. You can set it up however. I like paracord a lot. I think it's really lightweight, it's quiet, it's cheap. And so you can literally just go through your rail or through the back of your stock, through like the QD swivel ports, and then you can tie a knot and then you can just hide it and get this really tight up against it, and it's good to go. I replace it every once in a while because sometimes the rails are a little sharp on the inside, but otherwise it's easy.
The other thing I've played with that I actually like, in part because constantly moving slings to different guns with respect to reviews and stuff like that, is actually running the webbing directly through like M-lock slots and stuff like that. In part, it just keeps, depending on how much movement you want, like think about the QD swivels where it's limited rotation.
Yep.
It basically does exactly that. Like wherever you run that webbing through, like it's 1-inch webbing, so it's not really twisting. And yeah.
Absolutely. One thing that I really like is the paracord in the rear section. And the reason being is I always used to use like a QD swivel right here on this backside, and the webbing would always be kind of stuck in that one section, which was great for when I was shooting with my dominant side and transitioning or anything. But if I ever transitioned shoulders, I would always kind of feel like I might be choking myself, and I'd have to pull my arm out and then use it as a 1 point, which is fine and that works. But if you set it up with paracord in the rear section, it will rotate over as you transition shoulders, and so you're never having that issue where it's kind of restricting your movement. Which I really like. It takes a little bit to, it takes a little bit to get set up quite right, because sometimes if it's too loose, then it'll come over the back section. So I think I need to tighten this one up a little bit, but for the most part, it just allows for a lot more seamless transitioning from shoulders.
Nice, very cool. For the Coast to Coast tour, really excited with some cool stuff we've kind of been brewing up, and one of the things is some Coast to Coast 2020 specific slings.
Yeah.
Which, that'll be cool. Right now, kind of talking with Edgar, hammering out exactly what they're gonna look like, but they're gonna be something specific that is really only available like on the Coast to Coast tour. And so two different sides to that though. One, the competition side.
Yep.
And then two, for the people actually coming out to the range days. So people coming out to the range days, if you don't get one via competition, you will have the chance to basically purchase one with a special code that'll get you over there, and you can get the Coast to Coast sling.
Yeah, and that'll be set up for only people that attend the event. So it won't be something that anyone who just looks at the event from the outside in can get access to. So it'll be limited for you guys, and anyone who does want to get one will be able to. It's not going to be, the quantities will be set so that way anyone who shows up and is participated in the event has access to it.
Which is cool. Like, I think it'll be fun to bring someone like something exclusive. And
absolutely.
There's also going to be some that I'll go more into details later, but you'll have the opportunity to win at each of the range days through a little friendly competition.
Absolutely.
And that'll be really fun. The other thing, in addition to those slings, as far as kind of news with respect to Coast 2020, is the finale is going to be, it's going to be epic. So as this video becomes live, you will be able to go purchase tickets. The tickets are going to be more expensive for that finale down in Florida for a number of reasons. In part, it's the finale, and it is going to be amazing.
Go big or go home.
Seriously, like SB Tactical is going to be out there as well. One of the, actually the first like main sponsors to hop on board, which super grateful for those guys. Like they have done so much for the community. And with that, ammo dependent as far as how much can be brought out, but M240, M249, maybe MP7.
Oh,
right?
That's
like
cool.
Talk about a unicorn. And yeah, that stuff should be out there for people to shoot. Again, ammo dependent. 2020 is a weird year. And culminating with all of that stuff though, with that finale there in Florida, if you're unfamiliar, SOC-F, amazing charity.
Absolutely.
Do a lot of really, really good work for like veterans. Like not, hey, we're a charity, give us your money, but like, hey, we're a charity and we're actually doing good work for veterans. Not to be confused with Wounded Warrior Project.
Yeah, big difference.
No. So out there, we're going to end up having a charity dinner at the culmination, like after that range day on September 25th. It's going to be really cool. There will be that charity dinner. In addition to that, there's going to be an auction, and directly for SOC-F. And there's going to be some pretty cool stuff going up for auction, one of which Honey Badger SD, which has made its way cross country.
That's cool.
And ZEV has thrown out 2 brand new OZ9s. Again, you're going to get to shoot those coming cross country, and my understanding is they're like bleeding edge. Like
I've heard some good things so far.
Well, not only that, but like these ones that are coming across country are there's some stuff that like isn't released yet with them. So
That's cool.
That's pretty rad.
It's just such a cool opportunity to go out and get to try all these cool guns that you're never going to have access to in a lot of regular situations.
Probably never see in a gun store, let alone like be able to shoot.
And then at the end of all of this, you can potentially win some of them, and all that money that you're putting into it is going to a good foundation that's actually doing justice and helping people.
No, it's
like what could go, like that's so cool.
Win-win, man. Like across the board. So super excited about that finale down there. And the other thing, if you're like, yes, I want to get in, there's only 50 slots, because it is the finale and it is going to be bigger. It's going to be opened up to 100. So
Heck yeah.
more opportunities for you guys to come out, not only experience all that stuff, but also in support of SOC-F, which is going to be really, really, really cool.
I'm excited. This is cool.
I'm super excited. There's going to be so much rad stuff going along this entire trip. Like,
Absolutely.
Every stop is going to be cool, and I'm really excited to bring you guys along. I am going to try and get out the content as quick as I can. I have a awesome cameraman, HJ, and he is going to be capturing all this stuff, and we're going to try and get it turned around as fast as we can. Basically just this constant stream of like unscripted adventure, making our way cross country in the giant bus. So
I can't wait for all the roadies to be following along. It's going to be cool.
It's going to be such a cool experience, and I get to bring my boys, which
that's awesome.
Super excited about that. But as I mentioned, when this goes live, you will be able to go get those tickets. You can do so over at kitbadger.com, click on shop, and if it doesn't show up in the first page, you can sort by most recent. It'll come up at the top. And yeah, look forward to seeing you guys coast to coast. Which brings me to, do you think you will have a window of time when you can come out?
No, absolutely. I'm going to make time so that way I can travel out, because I want to be a part of this. I think it'd be really fun to physically be there and partake and meet people. So I'm all for it.
Nice. And at the, basically all the range stops, a bunch of the guns are going to have ESD slings on them, and so you get the chance to put hands on them, stuff like that. And then the range days when you come, you'll be able to talk to Edgar and kind of pick his brain some as far as different designs, maybe some different things he's been working on, as well as just kind of the design process that you go through.
Absolutely.
Which is fascinating for me as well.
Yeah.
But, thanks for your time, man. I appreciate it.
No, I'm pumped to be part of this.
Yeah, and as always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.